Hey, what's going on, guys? Bob Mentality here with another Bitcoin chart analysis for you. And today is September 8th of 2018. And we will go ahead and jump right into this one, guys. So as you can see, we've seen a little bit more retracement. The sell-off is currently ongoing right now. We're seeing an attempt to hold the lows there. But I'm going to go ahead and break down what I see in the chart right now, what I've been looking for, and essentially what that means on the larger term time frames. We'll dive into the Bitfinex long and short chart as well. So the very first thing is we haven't seen any sort of significant news released yet. From nothing I can tell, we haven't seen any bullish news or bearish news. So essentially what I take from that is that this is all organic price action. What I mean by that is this is just traders against traders. You know, we have some institutions taking off some money. We have some shorts increasing their positions. It's just straight trading the charts, essentially, is what's going on right now. No hype is driving this market. So taken from that, where are we now? So if we jump over to the hourly chart, the first thing you're going to see here is we consolidated for a long time. And I've been saying I was not buying into this consolidation because of the fact that I was hoping for a V-shaped recovery, if anything. I said that, I can't remember if it was last video or the video before that, but you can check back and see. I was looking for a V-shaped recovery. That'd be the most bullish sign. But what's happening right now is essentially the shorts were supporting themselves because most of the times longs have been selling into this pressure. There's been a slight lessening of sell pressure, which caused a bullish divergence over a long period of time. Here, if you look on the bottom there on the RSI. So essentially, because of the fact that the long stopped selling as much, it was taken as sort of a bullish indication on the RSI, and you saw that, oh, well, buying pressures increased, but it really hasn't. What happened was shorts were taking off their positions, they were covering, so they were the buy pressure, and the longs were selling into that. Hence, we just stayed in a horizontal consolidation, if that makes sense. I hope I explained that well there, guys. But we saw this long consolidation here over just about 3 days, and then we finally saw a little bit of a breakdown here on a surge of bearish volume. So right now, the channel focus that we used to have that was between 6,500 or 6,400, however you like to mark that, but really the price action was a 6,500 magnet. That's the level we were trying to stay up close to, and then below that we're watching the 6,300. And I said in my chat room, if you wanted to stop out, you could watch. I sent it out on my newsletter. You could watch the low of 6,350. That was the worst line I've ever drawn right there. That was your stop out point. And I sent that in a newsletter a couple hours ago as we were seeing this sort of short-term equilibrium setup with a high, low here, lower high, higher low, all the way up into a near breaking point, right? So that's what I sent out in the newsletter earlier, and we did see the breakdown. So if you were logging into this, however, I was not. Now I'm going to reevaluate this dip. How quickly are we bought up here? Where are we at in terms of the daily chart? I haven't taken a position here yet. If anything, I'm looking for a little bit more extension. That's just me being cautious after the price action we've seen here over the past couple days. So on the larger term time frame, you see on the 4 hour, we saw a huge surge of bear volume, right here on the 5th. The issue with that is following that we should see, on this huge climax candle we saw of bearish volume, we should have seen bullish volume come in to scoop the lows, but we didn't. And I explained that a little bit earlier in the video, but we didn't. There was hardly any overwhelmingly bullish volume here, which kind of made it obvious we're heading towards this breakdown. On the daily chart, you can see we did make the bearish EMA cross where the 12 cross down below the 26. I pointed that out in other videos, what happens in those scenarios when the 12 does cross below the 26. And you can just see that happened right here on the daily, and it happened right here on the daily. So you see we tend to trend downwards after that happens, okay? So we may not be finished here, and there really isn't a reason why we should be finished here. And again, no strong bull volume here on the daily chart. Earlier this morning, we saw a lot of bear volume right here, lower bear volume. For a little bit this morning, it actually was shown as overwhelmingly green, so overwhelmingly bullish volume. However, that didn't get anywhere, and as you can see, it reversed right around, and we just broke through the lows. Because there's not many people accumulating here, if that makes sense. This is just essentially shorts covering into themselves and shorting into themselves, which is a really depressing thought when you think about that. So on the daily chart, what does this mean? We still have not tested that critical lower support line of what I can tell you exactly. Let's see. It would be, if we have $5,777, and Let me look back here. Yeah, that's it right there. That's our main focus level, is 5777 for right now. We haven't seen a test of that. If we continue on this trend, it's likely that we will. That's the level that everyone's focusing on. We may see a small bounce above it, but chances are we're going to make a lower high and head down and break that anyway. To be honest with you guys, I'm remaining so patient here, kind of hoping we do break it. If that's the case, well, we'll see a surge of bearish volume. That should be something to capitalize on. There will be opportunities there for a bounce play. That's what I'm looking at. However, if we do, you do see we have a lot of support here in this area. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This area right here, we do have a lot of support there, just historically on the chart. So it is likely that we do see a little bit of a bounce or a wick like we have previously. However, I'm not looking to purchase that currently. I'm just going to keep an eye out and just wait and be patient until things look a little bit too juicy, and I want to jump in there as far as overextension to the bear side. So right now, the support levels you need to be focused on, let's say, for example, the first one, of course, is 5,800 or 5,777, however you want to look at that. The second one that I would be focused on below that is going to be 5,500. I don't really care about anything until we get to 5,500 if we do break that level, okay? I will say now, chances are just the amount of stops placed at 5,700 will knock us to 5,500. So below that, you want to look at 5,000 and 4,900. You see here we had a previous high there on 4,900. There on the left side of the chart, so a previous pivot high. That's what I'd be focusing on. I would definitely, if we're looking, if it's an initial sell-off, we see strong bear volume, and we just go straight through 5.7 to 5.5 to 5. I'll probably be long definitely into that, and I'm expecting to see recovery there at the lowest at 4,900. Now we have a couple $100 to go, guys. So this isn't just all panic, abandon ship. Make sure you're trading your plan and respecting your risk is the first thing. I just want to go into the daily chart because we never know if some bad news hits or anything like that could drive the price even lower. So I just want to go ahead and talk about it. On the Bitfinex long and short chart, we'll go ahead and topple that now. For the longs, you see the longs are about to break to new lows. As far as new recent lows, I'll go to what would be best here, the hourly. Let's go on the hourly, 4 hour. Okay, you see here that we have a pivot low right here. And that low is right there at about 24,300. Another low right here, and this is specifically what I'm referring to. We're getting very close to breaking that previous low, which would be right there. And so what does that mean? All that means is that, and we're about to crash through that probably here live on video, it means the longs are selling. The longs are selling right now. They're helping assist with this dump, this breakdown of the 6,300 support, quote unquote support level, right? And then if you go to the short chart, so basically the longs look pretty bad. Lower highs, longs are taking off. There's no accumulation going on. Longs are selling right now. On the short side, what we've been seeing from the shorts is actually pretty interesting. You see we have a rounded top here as we approach that critical 40,000 level, right? And I'll zoom in on it a little bit, go to the hourly. Yeah, you see that rounded top right there as we curled, and what happened was ever since the longs were able to form that resistance, or not the longs, excuse me, ever since the 6,500 has rejected, that was the crest of this peak, and right now we're heading back down. So what's happening right now is the shorts are covering, so they're buying, they're adding pressure to the bid, and the shorts have really, in this dump, the shorts covered into that. So the only reason we didn't dump further was because the shorts bought into the longs that were selling, and right now we're seeing the shorts starting to ramp up a little bit. So once this covering spree is done, there is a chance that we do recover and see a huge short increase into the highs. If the shorts cover into the dump, which keep an eye out for that, that essentially makes it less violent and helps us support on the bid. However, they're probably looking to reload here soon. Shorts are just taking some profits after that dump down from the 7,400, and all the ones that added here from 6,000 or what from 7,000 to 6,500, they're starting to cover. But it's very likely that we do make a higher low as far as the daily chart and head up to the highs here on the Bitfinex shorts. So definitely be careful about that. Me right now, I'm just remaining patient. I want to see how this plays out. I'm not going to be bummed out if we just see a bounce on Bitcoin and recover to that 6,300, 6,400 level, even if we break above that and head to 6.5, because of the fact that what seems most likely on this daily chart. I want to wait for sheer panic and buy into the panic and buy into the distress, and we haven't seen much bear volume so far, and some of the longs are dumping. I think we could go a little bit more, but I'll remain patient. I'm not too worried about it right now. And remember, I can only play long side, so it makes things a little bit more complicated. That's my focus right now. I'm watching the 6,000 support level, of course 6,150, and then below that I'm looking at 5,800 or 5,777, 5,500 and 4,900. Those are all potential areas for us to bounce. We could do it here because there is support right here, but I'm not really buying it because the fact that we should have held the 6,300 and that we didn't. I don't know who's going to be buying this, guys. The only thing that could really save us right now is if it's some bullish news or the shorts cover and they're helping us bounce. But this consolidation period we just went through is now resistance. And it's right below the 6,500. So I'm going to continue to remain patient, guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me on Twitter. I'd be happy to go ahead and speak with you there. You can shoot me an email. You can comment in the comment section below, and I definitely will get to you. If you're interested in joining my Discord, I have information in the description box below on my Patreon, where I have a mentorship program and a daily newsletter where I chart out daily technical analysis and send it over to you, so you don't have to do this yourself if you don't want to, because it does get pretty boring. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But that's about it. Stay safe out there, guys. Continue to manage your risk. Respect your strategy, control your emotions, guys. Develop that bot mentality, which is the trading mentality, and trade like a machine, guys. I'm out of here. Deuces.